In this video, I want to walk you through my entire business model from operations, acquisition, fulfillment, everything that you need to learn how to build and release these AI growth infrastructures into your business so you can get a predictable lead flow, you can stop dealing with marketing agencies, and you can finally take control of your business by implementing a predictable system that's going to get you appointments on demand. At Exciter.io, we've been focusing on building and releasing AI growth infrastructures into businesses so that they can have consistent lead flow at marginal cost, escape the marketing agency trap, and finally get appointments in their sleep so that they can focus on more important things in the business. And all of this for marginal costs. No thousands of dollars a month going to Facebook ads, Google ads, or even marketing agencies. Most of your marketing budget is going to be allocated to things that actually get you results. And the best part is that it's custom, so it can never be replicated and you're gonna have a competitive edge. Most entrepreneurs never make it past $3 to $5 million a year because they never learn these lessons. And I'm sure you know that money up front isn't as leveraged as money forever. Now, most of us know this. This is the cognitive dissonance that most entrepreneurs face, that money forever is a lot better than just money up front. But why aren't we taking the required steps and implementing these processes into our business so we can actually get money forever instead of just having money up front? So the bottom line is, if you're stagnating at a small, stressful, $500,000 per year business because you've been burnt in the past by marketing agencies and you want to be a control freak because you want to do everything yourself and you don't want to ever take any risk, then that's costing your life, and it's also costing your family's life. So if you think about it, running a small business and just getting $500 to maybe even $1 million per year is the most selfish thing that you can do, and the most selfless thing you can do is actually taking action in your life and taking on a risk by implementing systems and processes that will allow you to scale to your dream revenue goal, but also your dream life. Now, my goal is I want to help you learn that one, scaling isn't about hard work, it's about the leverage you acquire. The owner needs to be removed from the appointment setting process, and not just the appointment setting process, but the entire sales process. You can't be dealing with leads, you can't be nurturing, you can't be even setting up the channels or even setting these appointments, because you need to focus on more important things, which is scaling the business. And if you're focused on just getting more leads or getting more appointments, then you're never going to end up scaling. You need to master the art of delegating, and this is what I want to show you in this video. And the last lesson is that attention is the most valuable asset in 2025. Instead of selling your offer, why don't we just sell attention, get people's eyes on you, and it's going to be super, super valuable and you can make so much money from it. Now, I know nobody likes long intros. I know I don't, and I know I talked for way too long, but before I get into my entire business model and how you can just copy and paste this AI growth infrastructure into your own business, I want to highly advise you to watch to the end so that you're not at a massive disadvantage, because if someone else is going to watch to the end, they're going to be able to leverage this model for themselves and they're going to have a competitive edge over you. So like I said, just watch the video to the end and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, this is the entire AI Accelerate OS business model, and as you can see, there is a lot to go through. So like I said before, I highly advise you to stay till the end so you're not at a massive disadvantage, because if you stay for the offer, if you stay for the acquisition, but you don't know how to fulfill, you're going to be at an insane disadvantage. So before I get into it, I do want to start with an Accelerate.io case study. This is Rob. He was a partner. We were able to get him from $30,000 to $150,000 per month in only 200 days. He is a remodeler and contractor focusing on kitchen remodeling in Reno, Nevada. You're able to get him from $30,000 to $150,000 in 200 days. And the best part about it is he didn't have to do anything. We built and released this AI growth infrastructure into his business. We hired and created AI agents that ran his entire marketing process for him, that set appointments, dealt with all the nurturing, and also dealt with all the setting up of all the channels. So his ads and his content was all done with AI. So the thing is most local service businesses are in the bottom 99%. They're at this current situation where they lack predictability because they rely on referrals and these lead companies. These lead companies actually share leads. If you haven't heard about it, something like Angie's and Home Advisor is more common in the remodeling contracting space. they use shared leads. So you're going to be competing with, maybe hundreds or even thousands of other people for one job, and there's no exclusivity, nothing like that. So it's going to be very, very difficult to actually get these projects. And relying on referrals, the thing is, referrals are really great. It's just you need clients to get referrals, and it's a little bit inconsistent because you lack control. You can't control what these people are saying about you. You also can't tell them, and you can't be on their ass 24/7 and be like, refer me, because that defeats the purpose of a referral, because that makes you seem needy. And you also can't control what these lead companies are doing, right? They have their own systems, they have their own processes, and they're making millions of dollars doing so. So the thing is when you lack this control of your business, you have a fear of the unknown. You don't really know what's going to get you your next check, and you're really living paycheck to paycheck, and you never know if you're going to get a project this week or maybe even next week or even at all. And that leads to inconsistent income. Maybe one month you're doing 10K, another month you're doing 30K. It's just very inconsistent, and it's difficult because that leads to no security. You have no security, no financial security, meaning you're going to destroy yourself because you're going to beat yourself, and you're going to be selfish because staying at that inconsistent income and not taking action is the most selfish thing you can do, like I mentioned before. And you're going to destroy at-home relationships, and that's why the number one cause for divorce is financials. So if you don't want to get into a divorce, then I suggest you watch this video in its entirety. But if you do, then maybe click off. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, now the top 1% of local service businesses, what they're doing is they have full control of their businesses because they have a predictable in-house process that is working consistently. So what they're doing is that they've built a process and a system that they have proof of concept of that is working. And now they just double down and triple down and just keep recycling it over and over. And that's why it works so well. They also get consistent revenue because it's predictable. Because it's an in-house process, they're able to predict the amount of income and the amount of revenue that's coming from it. And they're excited to work. I bet if you ask anybody who's in the top 1% of all local service businesses, they probably love what they're doing, and they're probably very, very excited to work in the business because they're not being a slave to it. They're leveraging delegation, the highest degree of leverage, of course. Profit margins are a lot higher because they're bringing in lower volume and they're charging a lot more, so higher ticket services, and then secure financials. So they're securing their financials because they're bringing in lower volume and higher prices. And I'm doing all this, I'm giving you all this information because I don't want you sleeping on the couch, or matter of fact, I don't want you getting a divorce. So this is exactly how we help it in a bird's eye view, in a kind of broad view. This is how we get you from your current situation being a bottom 99% local service business to a top 1% local service business. So the first thing is attention. Attention is the most valuable asset in 2025. We're going to get 100 plus people to learn about you per day through content and ads. And this is exactly what we do. This is one of our clients. We got him to 60K followers without ever showing his face. It's all AI generated. This one as well, this is an ad that we use, and also we can use it as content, so we can repurpose it in many different ways. This is not even a real person. This is what we use as an ad, but it builds so much trust because this guy looks professional. And if you're worried, oh, I don't want to have a full AI business, but this is just the marketing side of it. And the best part about it is that it also looks very real. No one's ever going to be able to tell it's AI, so you don't need to worry about that. Now, attention, lead system, you need to be able to convert people, right? So our lead system is going to be able to get you 10 people interested or qualified leads through a funnel and also through a community. There's a few types of funnels that we implement. Our community funnel is number one, and also just a normal type of funnel, which you would expect, going to whether it be a VSL or just getting people, sending all the traffic through a funnel. We're qualifying them, we're educating them, and then from there we're getting onto a call. But we found the community one is going to be a lot more effective. It's going to increase the value of the customer because they trust what you do. Now, you need to be able to convert people, right? How do we convert people? Well, we're going to get you 1 to 2 consultations per day, which equals 1 project every 2 days through an AI appointment setter that's going to run your entire appointment setting process. So it's essentially like a management structure. I'm going to go through it a little bit later, but it's essentially a management structure of AI agents that are going to run, the conversion, the downsell process, and everything like that. You don't need to worry about it. And then we're also going to give you consultative sales. So once this AI actually books the appointment, we're going to give you our consultative sales framework to close the deal. So we're giving you an end-to-end solution. So it's a no-brainer that these people convert and that you get to where you want to go. So this is why it works so well, because it's leveraged in its highest degree. It's low effort, but major results. And number two is that it's a licensing model. So you're going to own tangible, predictable acquisition in your business. But if you sell this to other people and you sell this to systems to your competitors, you're going to be able to own growth and equity in their business as well. This is why it's super, super effective. Now, this is the broken funnel that most marketing agencies and most local service businesses are either pitching or they're running. Add to a DM, so a direct message, to a set, to a call, to a deal. But the thing is there's no friction, there's no qualification in here. There's also no education. Education is the number one thing you want to be focused on instead of selling. This is the selling funnel, and this is why it's so broken. Everybody's desensitized to this type of stuff. If you send me through this type of funnel, I'm out right away. And I know a lot of people are as well. And just to prove it, I clicked on one ad and this is the first thing I see is schedule a call. No one's going to buy from you if they don't trust you and if they don't know who you are. So the 4 value pillars that we like to focus on is attention, owning, educating, and then converting. And this is going to be a lot more effective than just sending someone through a broken funnel like the one I just mentioned up here. So now I'm getting into our business model, and this is the value. This is the main meat that you want to pay attention to so that you could potentially have this built into your business as well, and that you could start gaining leads on demand while you sleep, and you can focus on more important things. This is our lead gen infrastructure. So the insights, our talent that we use, and systems. So our insights is we use our ads framework that is proven. It used AI, it scrapes the top 1% in the industry, and it takes it, copy pastes it into your business. Same thing with the viral content system. We have a database of viral topics. We take that and we just generate new ideas. What we're also going to do is we're going to place an expert in your industry, a media buyer who's going to run the ads for you instead of you having to do it yourself. We're also going to implement predictable systems like our nurturing workflows. We're going to build you a custom CRM, and also we're going to give you internal notifications so that you could track at which point every single lead comes in, and you could also get a bird's eye view of your sales process. Now, this is what the lead gen infrastructure, this is what our ads framework and our viral content system works. So this is our ads framework. This is our unlimited leads is what we like to call it. So what we're going to do is we're going to generate high quality creatives. And what this is going to do, it's going to prevent you from having that race to the bottom. So if you go in the ads library on Facebook right now, you're going to see that all of the people in your industry, or even everybody in the local service market, they're essentially having a race to the bottom. They're posting static images or just low quality videos, and that's something you don't want to do. What we're going to do is we're going to generate high quality creatives with AI to be able to get you to avoid that. We're also going to build out your funnel and create a custom landing page for you, like something like this. And what this is going to avoid the price shoppers and also having high CAC, because if you just send people to a lead form, you're going to have a lot of low quality leads. You're also going to spend a lot of money to acquire one customer. That's just how it works. And then we're also going to build out a custom AI appointment setter that's going to solve the speed to lead. They're going to get to them within 2 minutes. So once this lead comes in and opts in, AI appointment setter is going to call them and qualify them within seconds. And it's also going to prevent you from having to hire an appointment setter and spend like $2,000 a month, and they go on vacation, they have sick days, all that stuff, whatever. This AI appointment setter works 24/7, and it's going to be able to book appointments literally at like 2 a.m. while you sleep. And then we're also going to build out the nurturing workflow. So let's say this AI appointment setter doesn't end up converting or booking appointments with the lead. Then we're also going to implement nurturing workflows to then educate the lead and send them on an email sequence. We're also going to implement the pre-consultations nurturing workflows, so just so that they could show up to the appointment. And this is going to avoid cancellations and having to waste money on ads, because we're going to convert them as much as possible. Even the people that didn't convert right away, we're still going to educate them so that they can. And then consultation is going to bring you that security that you need. So that's the unlimited lead system. Now, this is the viral content system, like I mentioned, as part of our lead gen infrastructure. So our viral content system, what we're going to do to gather attention is we're going to create a custom GPT assistant that's going to scrape top 1% content ideas in the industry. Now, we've already actually done this, and we're going to give you access to our viral database of over 150. We're across dozens of different niches. We have over 150 viral topics that have proven to work. So we've already done the hard work, and we're going to give this to you as well. That's what the creator sheet is. We're going to provide you access to that. And we're also going to, what this custom GPT does is that it generates human-like scripts. So you're going to be able to generate AI voice with 11 Labs. So we're going to give you access to 11 Labs. We're also going to give you access to the GPT, like I mentioned for here. And then it's going to generate human-like scripts and also generate an AI voice that sounds human, that's based off your voice. And it's going to just read out the script. What you have to film minimum about 5 times a week is you have to film 30 to 60 seconds on the job. So, you just take your phone, film on the job, 30 to 60 seconds, super, super easy. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that AI voice and then add it on top of your video. And then we're going to edit it a little bit. It's actually automatically edited with the captions and the auto captions, everything like that. And then what we're going to do is it's going to be automatically posted inside your CRM to then generate awareness. So you don't have to, post it yourself and have to deal with that and everything like that. We're also going to build out a ClickUp content management system for you, which is essentially just so you can overview of everything that's being posted onto your channel and be able to manage it a lot more effectively, because like I said, this is a build and release. We're not a service company. We build the system into your business and then you run it yourself, but we give you everything you need, the tools, the resources, so it's not difficult. And conversion mechanisms, we're going to convert this attention, we create a custom landing page, we build out your Facebook community, which is going to build trust, and we're going to create weekly sales assets, which will automate the sales asset posting. The way we're going to do this is we're going to hire a $3 an hour growth specialist, so an appointment setter that we're going to place, and they're going to run the entire community for you. They're going to post all the sales assets to educate people, and they're going to deal with the conversion process as well. The nurturing and trust mechanism, we're going to build out as well, re-engagement mechanisms, and then live webinars. So you're going to be doing live webinars maybe 1 time a week, or you can delegate to someone in your team to do that. Like I said, we're going to place the community appointment setter to run that for you. Now, this is what the AI content system looks like. This is also what one of the agents looks like as well, if you want to just have an overview. Now, of course, leads don't mean anything if you're not setting them onto appointments. This is our appointment setting infrastructure. Once again, Insight Talent Systems. So our Insight is the lead qualification process. We're going to implement our appointment setting process and also the community funnel that I briefly mentioned up there. We're going to build out a custom AI agent that's going to deal with the appointment setting process, and also a $3 an hour appointment setter growth specialist that's going to manage the entire community for you. The systems, the CRM, once again, the nurturing workflows, and then also give you access to an entire lead pipeline so that you can have full control over your sales process. This is our appointment setting process. This is kind of what it looks like. So there's 2 different pillars. So they can either opt into an inbound call through content, or a landing page or a lead form through ads. Now these go both to the same place. They go directly to the AI appointment setter. This AI appointment setter has 24/7 activity, like I mentioned, and also has natural conversation. So it flows very, very naturally. It uses slang sometimes, and it also just sounds very, very human. The reason why it's so effective is because it has a 2-minute speed to lead. That's relatively impossible to do if you're an owner or if you're hiring a regular human appointment setter, because they have things to do, you have things to do, and you can't always get to a lead within 2 minutes. But the best part and the most effective why speed to lead is so important is that you're going to be actually 4 times more likely to convert someone if you can get to them within 5 minutes. Harvard did the Harvard Business did research on it. So if you don't believe me, you search up. And if the appointment was booked, then we're going to trigger the pre-call workflow and then hand off to a human closer, which could either be you, or you could delegate to one of your team members. Or if you need help hiring a closer, we can actually do that as well. Appointment booked, let's say no. We're going to send them onto a 12 email warming sequence to then educate them and then give them more assets to educate. And we're also going to have CTAs for consultations as well. Now, this is kind of what our pre-call workflow looks like. The call booked, we're going to wait 3 minutes, then confirm the appointment time, and then wait 5 minutes, and then provide them with the assets. So a pre-call asset, which is something we'll just give them a little bit more context on the call. And then we're going to also send them an email, which is case study, to build a little bit more trust. 2 days prior, we're going to give them reminder number 1. 3 hours prior, reminder number 2, and then 10 minutes prior, we're going to confirm that they received the meet link. And this is kind of what our appointment setting process looks like with our community funnel. So our community funnel looks like this. So when a lead requests to join, so we're going to own the attention and collect data. So this is the first step that we want to do. When the lead requests to join, we want to accept them into the group, but we also want to collect their information and add them to an active campaign list. So active campaigns is just a software to then send out email warming sequences, but you could use like Go High Level or anything like that. It's not a big deal. So on the back end, 6 to 12 email sequence, and then have CTAs for consultations, and then consultation book. Let's say when they're actually in the Facebook community, we're going to have that growth specialist that I just mentioned. So the $3 an hour appointment setter is going to start a convo in less than about 10 to 30 minutes of them joining. They're going to gain permission to send the asset, tag the member on the post, because listen to this. If you just send the sales asset in the DMs, then of course, they're going to get what they want. You might get what they want. You might be able to convert them. But it's not going to be as effective as actually tagging them on the post, because if they've expressed, like you gain their permission to send them, that means they're expressing that they have a certain pain point and that they believe that it can be solved through this asset. That means most likely other people have the same pain point as well and they feel the same way. So it's better just to create the post and then, just try to convert as many people as possible. And then the growth specialist is going to then do the qualification process, uncover more efficiencies, share a novel way of solving problems, offer a consultation. If they're interested, great. If not, we're just going to feed them more attention generating sales assets and just convert them and educate them. The own attention, education, and the conversion step. Now, this is our AI acquisition, a little bit more on the appointment setting process. It's a little bit bigger, and how these two pillars communicate, and how we're tying in the lead gen infrastructure to then the appointment setting infrastructure. This is AI acquisition. So it's based off these two pillars right here. So attention and leads is the content system and the unlimited lead system, like I mentioned before. We're going to send people to inbound call, the landing page opt-in, like I mentioned before, the appointment setting process, literally right here, I just mentioned it. We're going to send people to that, and you know how that works. Goes to the AI appointment setter, boom, they book their call. But let's say they go to a community, and this is where these two systems literally communicate with one another and how it's super, super effective. The reason why it works so well is because we're centralizing this nurturing, and then we're going to be able to retarget people that are in this Facebook group. We're going to be able to create lookalike audiences. So once these people opt in through the community, the growth specialist is going to nurture them, feed them sales assets from the content system. So if you're worried, I got to create more sales assets. No, you don't. AI already does it because it's in your content system, and it's proven to work because it's gone viral, and it's proven from other people, the top 1% in your industry. This is what we take the data from. So of course it's going to work and it's going to convert people. Then we're going to offer the consultation. Consultation gets booked. Consultative sales is how we help you convert people into projects, into deals. We'll give you our sales framework document, also one-on-one coaching calls, and then the lead management with the custom CRM, lead pipeline, and the nurturing workflows, something that I just mentioned before. So now the consultative sales infrastructure, insight, talent, and system. Once again, three main pillars. We give you our consultation structure, we give you our sales script and our sales framework documents. We're also going to give you access to a personal coach that has experience within the industry, where you're going to get bi-weekly one-on-one coaching calls. So this is our consultative setting script. We have, like I said, information and data across dozens of different industries. So if you're wondering if we might not have the consultative framework or the sales script for your industry, we do. We most likely do. And if not, then we're gonna get it, and we're gonna reach out to people who are experienced in the industry, and they're going to get us that script. Now, this is someone in the car detailing industry, one of our partners. He just said worked, and I was a little confused. He said, I was able to book the last lead, and nice that you used my suggestions. Yeah, great. His English wasn't the best, so that's why he said book, but what he says, I was able to close the last lead. So we did everything for him right here. We got him the lead gen infrastructure, appointment setting infrastructure, and then we also give him access to the consultative sales infrastructure. And this is when I was being his one-on-one coach, and I asked, did you use my suggestions to close? And he said he did, and it worked. Within 2 minutes, by the way, we literally got off the call, and 2 minutes later, he was able to close someone. So this is why it's super, super effective. And if you're wondering, you run marketing, you might not know how to close. You don't know how to close in my industry. You don't know how to do this. That's a limiting belief. I'm in marketing, so I do know, and then we have access to people who have experience in, like I said, dozens of different niches. So we do know what we're doing. Now, the acquisition part of it. So this is where we're really getting into how I run my business and my entire business model. And I'm giving you guys so much free game here that you can essentially just copy and paste everything. This is the offer. Now, this is the acquisition. So acquisition, how it works is we start off with going in, and to acquire people, we look at their offer, attention, owning attention, educate, convert, and then fulfill. I already mentioned this stuff. I don't need to go over it again. But to gather attention, what we do is we have we reach out to a lot of people a day, about 500 to 1,000 people per day, and we have an outbound, like I'm going to go through later, our outbound system. We run ads as well, and we're able to reach about 500 to 1,000 people per day because volume negates luck. So our outbound structure is our social outreach. So we just reach out on a bunch of social media platforms. I have a VA that runs it for me, and we get pretty good results for it. And then we also have inbound. So besides the outbound, we have inbound. We do meta ads, and we also do a little bit of content as well, like I'm doing right now. And the best performing platform. So the thing with this is that you can't exactly copy and paste it, because depending what your offer is, depending what your niche is that different platforms are going to perform a little bit better than others. So in my industry, we basically focus on remodels and contractors. We do a little bit of med spas as well. We focus on local service businesses, and this is where Facebook groups, Twitter, and Instagram and LinkedIn works really, really well. But if you're in the agency space, maybe something like YouTube will work a little bit better. You have to figure it out. You have to test it out for yourself. Now, the mechanisms is that once you speak to how do we get these people to actually run these structures, the outbound and inbound structures, is that we have $3 an hour VAs. We also have growth specialists that deal with all the inbound leads, and they end up educating them and converting them. The code and media we use, we have outreach CRM, sales assets, and paid ads. High response rate, the angle we use is direct response or the value approach. So we either go direct response, which is just trying to convert people into a call right away, or the value approach, so we educate people. And this gets people interested, minimum about 5 to 100 plus leads per day. Super, super effective. And that's essentially the overview of our acquisition system. So I'm going to dive a little bit more deep into our outbound system. So our outbound system solves the current situation to desired state, the gap. So we use LinkedIn, IG, Instagram direct messages, Facebook direct messages, and also we do a little bit of cold calling. So for LinkedIn, we have they're mainly warm replies because we use proven scripts. We also have a $3 an hour VA that runs it. We give them the VA training doc, sales navigator, which you need if you're going to be sourcing leads through LinkedIn, and then Dripify, which is the automation platform that sends out the messages. For Instagram DM, once again, scripts, $3 an hour VA, the training. So we give them a training doc to train this VA, Apollo.io to scrape the leads, and then multiple Instagram accounts, because that's really how you do it. At scale, you need multiple because Instagram limits about 30 to 50 DMs per day. And then Facebook direct messages, once again, scripts, $3 an hour VA, the training doc. We usually like to go with free qualified audiences because, like I said, it is the VA that's running this, and we don't expect them to pay for paid audiences. Paid audiences are going to be a lot better on Facebook, but if you can find free qualified audiences, that could work as well. You just have to make sure there's not too many members and everything like that. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but yeah. And then you also want to send out sales assets once you join these communities or get the VA to do it. Scripts for the cold call, scripts, appointment setter, training doc, data scraper. So you just want to scrape the data from all these businesses on Google Maps or something. You want to give SOPs to actually how to do this cold outbound, how to do the cold call. And then also provide access to a CRM and go high level, because that's the easiest way to do cold calls. So it's the infrastructures, the software, talent, and SOPs on how we run our outbound structure through Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Now this turns into actions. This is the direct metric tracking of what we do. So for LinkedIn, we have Dripify. If they respond yes to wanting the sales assets, we update the Go High Level pipeline. If they're engaged, then we offer them to go into the Facebook group. Instagram DMs, we track it on a Google Sheet. We update the Go High Level pipeline, and then we add them to a worksheet just to track all the leads. That's my personal thing. You don't need to worry about that. Just be able to track every good conversation, quality conversation with a lead. Post the asset for Facebook DMs. If they raise their hand, update the Go High Level pipeline. If they book the roadmap call, update once again. We always offer the Facebook group if they're either not interested, or we even offer them to join, even if they've got onto a call or if they've booked a call, because no harm done in getting more value, right? Cold call, Google Sheet, send the asset, book roadmap, send the asset, we update Go High Level, book roadmap, pre-call flow. So once we offer the Facebook group, that's done through our community funnel and our appointment setting process, which you can see right here. This is how many people join Facebook groups, by the way, 667,000. And this is just DIY home projects. People can't do everything themselves, right? So just imagine how many people you can convert here. Anyways, 19,000 members. and then 53,000. So it's pretty crazy. And then from there, once you offer the Facebook group, you get them into the Facebook group, you're going to be able to close more deals, and then they can also consume more assets on, it's supposed to say YT there, but yeah, it's YouTube. Now, this is a follow-up process in case people don't convert. LinkedIn, we have the system, and then we also just, if they're not answering us, we just call them out for being rude. Essentially, of course, it's joking. And then Instagram DM, free value if they're not answering, tired of agencies. So it's just a follow-up process in case they don't answer. Cold email, free value, no BS, you there. Are you happy with your lead flow? This is something that it works for you, works for your personality. It doesn't really matter too much. The follow-up process is really, really important, but it's not difficult to do. Cold calling, you just call them back. So that's it. And then we also have a dead leads database that we're going to re-engage, but I'm not going to go too deep into that. Now, this is our 3-step leverage Instagram prospecting workflow. I'm not going to go too much into the videos and the pictures here, but you want to qualify them. Ask them one DM containing 2 questions. So what this does is essentially it shows that there's some sort of requirement for what you do. So are you looking for more appointments, or can you handle more appointments? Ask them the questions that makes them feel like there are requirements to experience more X, so more appointments, let's say. So you could say something like, hey, John, I may be able to help you get more appointments. Are you in the position to handle more sales appointments? And let's say, or you could say, hey, I might be able to send you more appointments within more coaching appointments. Are you in a position to handle more? And do you close your own deals? Something like that. When you have that when you have that second question in there, so much more effective. It shows that there's requirements and you sound more like a human. Option 1, you can direct them onto a call and pitch them, get them onto a call. If they agree, great, and you're on the call with them. Option 2, we give them the evergreen VSL, sell yourself and your company, case study after case study, soft CTA, and then you just, if they don't get onto a call, you just follow up and ask if they have any questions, but eventually the call will get booked and the sales call will be confirmed. This is the content system framework that I mentioned a little bit more back here, but that was our offer. Now I want to go into how we leverage it for acquisition and how we're doing it ourselves and how it's a little bit different because, like I said, I target local service businesses, but I'm an online-based business, so there's going to be a little discrepancy there. So our content system framework has generated over 15 appointments from December 2024 to January 2025. As you can see right here, it works really, really well. And what we do is we have a 24/7 AI appointment setter that deals with all the content creation and all the conversion for people that come in through content. We also generate 1 to 2 sales assets per week with content on social media. So with AI, that AI generates and scrapes the top 1%, like I said in my offer, and also do-it-yourself work. We also have a database of proven viral content, like I mentioned before, of how we use it for our offer in dozens of niches, but we also use it for our business as well. Then we create 100 plus warm leads about every month, and we have 1 to 2 viral attention generating sales assets per week. We send it in Facebook groups, send it on Twitter, we do everything like that. We also have an Airtable content management system that we use to manage the content. If people opt in through a landing page, then AI Appointment Setter is going to convert them onto a call, And if they opt in through a community, then they're going to be invited to the Facebook group, lead request to join. I literally just went through this for the offer, so I'm not going to go through it again. But it's the exact same process of owning attention, of collecting the data, educating, and then actually converting these people. Our paid ads framework looks a little bit like this. It gets unlimited leads. It generated over 40 leads in literally like 3 days. It was a $10 cost per lead. We only spent $400, and this is another offer that we did as well. And you can see here, 25 on Facebook leads, $9 cost per lead, and $234 spent. So it's pretty cheap. Attention, data collection, education, conversion. So the ad to an opt-in, either to an appointment setter, which they call and they book them onto a consultation, or the email sequence, get them into an email sequence, will then get them into a Facebook group. We send them testimonials. Testimonials also include sales assets, so just like the VSO and just the pre-call video and everything like that. The calendar and form consultation, and then they get booked. And this is what actually makes ads sustainable and profitable. If you look into the ads library right now and you look into Facebook, you're going to see a bunch of unprofitable, horrible ads that don't work at all. Now, this is the fulfillment process. So the old model and the marketing agency model, and why it's super unleveraged, it's called the retainer model. You're charging $3,000 a month, and the reason why you can't get from where you want to go and scale to $50,000, $100,000 per month is because you have to bring in higher volume, you have low margins, low lifetime value. You're putting out client fires all the time because you're having to you're basically a service-based business, so you're a contractor, you work for the company. So you're gonna have to put out client fires all the time, and you're gonna have to bring in a lot of volume, like I mentioned, so a lot of people you're dealing with. It's very, very difficult to scale. But the upfront model is the model that I use it in my business. This is an entire business model that I'm going through right now. $10,000 to $15,000 one time upfront. You get access to higher quality talent because you have more money, higher margins, lower volume, so you can bring in lower volume and scale a lot easier. Licensed fulfillment, so the fulfillment is so easy because you built it once, you've licensed it into your business, and you're just releasing it to a bunch of different companies. Easily scalable. This is why it works so well. So the flywheel of charging low prices is that you have low prices, you're going to attract broke people who can't afford low prices. So let's say you're charging about a few $1,000s a month. Now you're attracting people who want to pay, $1,000 to $3,000 per month. That's going to bring in less revenue, no money left over for marketing or for servicing and for fulfillment, right? And that gets you bad results for your clients because you can't do everything yourself, and you look broke too because you can't actually get results. And that's getting you to charge low prices again. And it's just a constant flywheel of charging low prices. Now, if you're charging high prices, you get high quality customers that are committed to what you do, or committed to what they do, because they're willing to spend a lot of money. More revenue and better backend, because more money, you're going to have better backend, you're going to be able to fulfill a lot better. Money left over from marketing, and you also get to live your life. Better results for your customers because you have access to more talent, and you also look like you're winning because you're making so much more money. If you look like you're winning, if you look like your business is doing good, people are going to perceive you as a higher value and also as a professional, and then you can charge more high prices. This is the pricing model of $50K to $100+ per month. So how much leverage you can afford if you're doing this upfront model. So $1,000 on a VA, $4,000 on marketing and branding, $8,000 on a growth consultant, and then $10K on 7-figure systems. This is how much leverage you can literally afford if you just start charging more upfront instead of charging a monthly retainer. This is the remodeling creator flywheel, and how an internal system will allow you to scale, and how it will create an infinite flywheel, allowing you to scale to $100,000 to $500,000 per month effortlessly. So building out this internal system will allow you to solve every single obstacle faster, more efficiently, and effortlessly, which is essentially a no-brainer offer which leverage acquisition. So whether you're looking to implement this into your business or you're looking to sell it, it's going to get you to $100,000 to $500,000 per month easily. It's going to get you a predictable lead flow, and you can afford to invest in the talent and expand and everything like that, which gets you good results. And no agency can afford better attention with new testimonials. No agency, and then you also can afford better attention with new testimonials. So having this internal system, you won't have to deal with no agency, and you also afford better attention. So higher quality people that can actually afford your services. And this is on December 12th, I sold my first AI growth. My third AI growth infrastructure, not my first. I sold a little bit in the past, but not for this much upfront. This is the first one that I sold for over $10,000 on December 12th. It's insane the amount of money and the amount of access to talent and the amount of margins that I gained from just selling this one system. And then from here, I actually got them onto a retainer because I provided so much value into their business. This is what fulfillment looks like. So the client journey flow, we have onboarding systems, onboarding call structures, communication, setup, management, and results. This is what our fulfillment looks like. So number one is our onboarding call, onboarding form, CRM creation, profile funnel setup, ad account setup, create all the software logins, build out the AI contest system, build out the community, place the growth specialist that'll run the community and the media buyer, and then close. For traffic, we create the AI agent management structure, so the AI agents that will convert the leads. We connect them to SMS, voice, so on the phone, and then WhatsApp, integrate them with the CRM, and then connect them to the lead gen infrastructure. We also create start creating ad creatives, ad copy creation, ad campaign launch, profile funnel, create the content GPT, create the Airtable management system, set up posting schedule inside the CRM so you can have full automated posting and you can start getting leads on demand through content, so organic channels. We're going to create the community, set up the data collection softwares, hire the growth specialist, set up attention generating posting structures, set up backend email sequence, the systems. We're going to give you 24/7 support, and then bi-weekly one-on-one coaching calls, insights, pre-call workflow, pre-call assets, sales call framework, and then the sales call scripts. This is the month 1 action steps, month 2, and then month 3. So month 1 is that we're going to onboard, collect data, everything like that. Creation, integration of the AI agents, CRM setup, ad account setup, Instagram and TikTok profile funnel setup, collect the metrics for the ad and content goals, and then the ad and content system launch. Now for month 2, we're going to test ads and the content, collect data from content topics, launch a community funnel, create more ad creatives, increase content consistency, collect pipeline data, and then launch the new ad and content system. Month 3 is double down on effective systems, growing content and lead database, implementing essential models, scaling ads, and then uncover more constraints, and then remove the owner from operations. So I know you're probably a little bit confused right now. Like I said, this is a build and release model. We usually have our clients out running themselves, but with our partnership at Excelli.io, what we like to do is we build it out and we also run it for free for 3 months. So this is why we have a month 1, month 2, month 3 action plan, so that we can actually get them to the point where they want to be and start seeing insane results by month 3. And if they want us to continuously management past the month 3 mark, then they can do that as well. If not, they have everything they need to run away and get clients for the rest of their life. Anyways, this is the entire business model of the AI Accelerate OS. If you're looking to do something like this, or if you want a little bit more information, then of course you can just go on my YouTube. There's so much free value out there. You can learn how you can build up the AI content system. You can learn how you can build up the AI agents and everything like that. And you can just gather so much more insights on scaling businesses. Or if you want this done for you, this entire AI growth infrastructure that'll allow you to get consistent lead flow. If you're a local service business, you want consistent lead flow, more predictability, you want to license a model and stop dealing with marketing agencies, then click the first link in the description below. It's going to be the first one. It's going to say how to get 4 deals in 12 weeks. You click that one down below if you're a local service business, and we're going to partner. I'm going to build out an AI growth infrastructure, and we're going to get on a custom one-on-one roadmap. It's not a sales call, nothing like that. I just want to give you free value on how this offer right here could potentially work for your business, and you could stop dealing with marketing agencies and stop falling in a trap and actually get to where you want to go and start taking action in your life. If you're a marketing agency and you want to build out this offer and you want the exact systems, processes, and you want to start selling these to local service businesses for $10,000 to $15,000 up front and start making a lot of money, and because money forever is much more leverage than just money up front, then click the second link in the description below. It's going to be titled for marketing agencies, and we'll get on a custom roadmap call, and I'll show you exactly how you can start selling our exact systems when it comes to acquisition, the offer, and the fulfillment, and you actually don't have to do basically anything yourself, and you can start charging $10,000 to $15,000, even $20,000 upfront to either local service businesses, or you could actually target other agencies as well. Now, if you're not ready for something like this to be built into your business, you just want more free value, you can actually click the third link. Either go on my YouTube or click the third link, join our free Facebook group. I post 1 to 2 times per week on there. I'm just giving out so much free value and just insights into AI, and also insights into this type of offer on how you can essentially do it yourself, and how you can build out AI agents, how you can gather more attention through content, and also start running ads more effectively. So like I said, first, if you're a local service business, first link, marketing agency, second link. If you just want more free value, join the free Facebook group, third link. So like I said, so whatever you choose, doesn't matter to me. At the end of it all, I'm rooting for you, and I'll see you on the other side.